Welcome to the preliminary final edition of the Winners. After last week's two semi-finals, the field of five, which had set out a fortnight ago in pursuit of the 1982 VFL pennant, was narrowed down to three. Richmond, with an awesome show of power in beating Carlton, was in the grand final, while the Blues and Hawthorn were left to fight it out for the other spot. And fight it out, many people expected them to do, as a great deal of ill feeling was generated between the clubs over some well-publicised incidents during and after their clash in the qualifying final. And those expecting some physical stuff didn't have long to wait. Before the opening bounce, the umpires had to break up a fight, a prelude to a tough, often low-standard finals game. After the game, the coaches had their say. Alan Jeans, the veteran of nearly 20 years coaching in the VFL. And David Parkin, who's coached both the competing clubs to premierships in the last 5 years. All that coming up in the next 60 minutes, plus the draw in our Mark and Goal of the Year competitions. Well, prior to the match, there was all the usual intrigue about who might and might not play. Hawthorn's Terry Wallace and David O'Halloran were named after missing last week, and both lined up, with Wallace starting on the interchange bench. At Carlton, there was conjecture that Jim Buckley might miss again, even though named in the side. Well, if Carlton fans were shocked when Buckley didn't appear, they were mortified to learn that Mark McClure was also out with a thigh injury. So the Blues started behind the 8-ball. The first half of the match was a poor spectacle. Only 5 goals were kicked, and Hawthorn went to the long interval 4 points in front. We joined the match at the start of the second half, and with me, Peter Booth and Jeff Leake.
The start of the third quarter in the preliminary final, and it's Hawthorn 27 to Carlton 23. A low-scoring, tough match at VFL headquarters. Ashman's pulled to the ground by Wallace, dispossessed, and Ashman takes a free kick. It's Ashman from the centre of the field. 10th kick for the Carlton Rover, or Ayres let it go into the arms of O'Halloran, who steers that long left foot kick right towards Wallace. It was Ashman who knocked it away. Wallace not really fit, you can see that. This is Austin for the Blues, played a great game against Matthews, looking after him. O'Halloran was there. Play there, Ditchburn, Marku, it's good stuff. And he rolled there like a rubber ball as he let himself fly. Marku's second goal.
Third quarter, just a minute in. The Blues lead by 2 points. Ashman had to play on, didn't travel very far. Matthews breaks clear at centre half forward, up towards Buckenara, stretches but can't get there in time. English wants support, still controlling the ball, although Dool gets it now, so does Byrne. A ball up about 25 metres out from goal. The Hawks into attack. Hawthorn 3-9, Carlton 3-11. Jones and Byrne. Jones wins out to McConville, steers it straight to Buckenara, or he propped. High tackle. Was he ever so lucky to get that? Gary Buckenara. He's been off target. He scored 2 behinds today. Carlton led by 6 points at quarter time. Hawthorn by 4 at half. The lead just rested back for Carlton by 2 points. Pick number 14 to Buckenara. He's offline. That's his third behind. And the kicking for goal has been absolutely atrocious today, as the scoreboard would indicate. Carlton 3-11, Hawthorn 3-10.
When Buckenara misses those, things are going badly. 2.5 minutes gone, third term. The Blues by the narrowest margin. Warren Jones has taken a number of very good marks. He has got a decent pair of hands when he opts to try and mark the ball. He's taken 5 today, up towards his skipper. Marku, Austin threads his way through beautifully, looks for the Ditchburn lead, kicks to nobody because there's nobody to kick to. And the draft horses, Kelvin Moore and Ditchburn, give chase in a fashion, but the ball wins easing down.
Third quarter, 3 minutes in. Important for Carlton that they have the ball back in their forward line. They're leading by 1 point. Good ruck work there. Marku dashed into an open goal, got the fumbles, has to spin around, had a look and a shot. Good play, Alex Marku. You're starring in this third term. 3 goals. He's kicked 2 in 3 minutes in this vital third quarter.
The Blues off to a flying start after half-time with 2 quick goals, 4-11. Hawthorn, 3 goals, 10. Austin, the mark taken by Robertson. Marcasani being waved off, back off the mark by umpire Cameron. Kicked by Robertson up towards Sheldon, got 2 hands to it. Taken away by Hawthorn up towards half-forward. The 2 number 11s, Gould and Buckenara, and Gould wins out. And may get 15 metres. He doesn't require it. It goes out wide towards English. English will get a free kick for being held against Loveridge. Jones, he dropped it. Loveridge tackling. Buckenara puts his body to the back of Jones. Ashman, Wallace is there, number 16, who came on just before half-time after commencing the game on the interchange bench. 35-28, the Blues in front.
Almost 5 minutes gone. Jones, good knock. Austin has beaten Matthews again today. Wallace, Goad. Breaks the tackle well. Tuck. Goes with the long bomb. Burns got the sit here on Perovic. Hunter. English. Looks for the line, doesn't find it. Danger here for Carlton. Goad lines them up. Not far out. And he put it through. Hawks back to within 1 point. Very bad mistake by the Carlton defence.
Alan Goad has booted a goal to put Hawthorn within a point of Carlton at the 5-minute mark in this critical third quarter in the preliminary final. As Tuck, as a ruckman now, boots the Hawks forward. Not a well-placed kick though, but can they recover as the ball's on the ground? Striding through the pack is McConville. Perovic ran to the open spaces, but he couldn't take it well. It's the long Burn gets it quickly, and the floating shot up towards Goad. He can kick his second goal in a minute. And the Hawks are only a point behind right at this very point of time, just on the 6-minute mark in the third quarter. Boy, what a terrific third quarter.
Second kick, 25 metres out on the angle. Fires and
Suddenly the goal is starting to come. 2 each in the first 7 minutes of this third quarter. Matthews, well collared. Ashman puts Carlton back into attack, but it's all Hawthorn there. No Rovers there for the Blues. Moore couldn't get a hand to it. Marcoux again. Now Fitzpatrick. Not a lot of mobility there. Moore. Ditchburn from behind. Free kick to Moore. And the Carlton forward line not looking good.
Kelvin Moore showing a lot of poise there as he takes that free kick. And Tuck now on the ball was hopeless at half forward for Hawthorn. Looking better now as he's on the ball. Boots the ball towards the centre. Robertson took his eyes over it. Jones was there. A little bit high on Matthews. And he'll take... No, he won't. The free kick going to Carlton. Austin's done a grand job looking after Matthews. He has certainly won the points. Puts the ball deep into the forward line now. Kelvin Moore and also Ditchburn. Almost at Ditchburn. Here's Bazasto. O'Halloran working it well. Finds Eade. Good shepherding there, allows Eade to squeeze through the pack on the half-back line. 2 of his teammates. Great stuff there from Eade to Payton.
on to Wallace. Defensive side of centre, up over the centre, Bortolotto. The pass wasn't good. Green to tidy up. Wallace for the crumbs, so he's spooned out towards Wallace. Dool puts his body in, goes to Marcoux, grabbed by Wallace. Play on is the call. Players converge, and a ball up on the attacking side of the centre with the Hawks into attack. Hawthorn 40, Carlton 35. Marcoux, he's played well. Tried hard, off the ground by Payton to Matthews. He doesn't need support, he does it himself. Out wide, Buckenara's got his name on this. Yes, he's got it.
Now, Perovic was in a position to knock that ball away from Buckenara. Why he didn't do that, goodness only knows. This means that the Carlton defenders have let Hawthorn in for 3 goals within 30 metres of goal. 6 mark to Buckenara.
Dead in front, about 30 metres out. Kick number 15, Gary Buckenara. He's covered plenty of ground, and so does that kick. Offline, behind, that's his third. And the Hawks lead by a goal.
I just can't get over it. He's one of the most reliable converters in the game normally. Perovic with his side of goal down. Payton from behind the spoil down to Kennedy. Well played by Kennedy to thread it. Marcoux with dual there to Shepherd, but he's got the fumbles. That's what pressure does to you. And it forced the mistake. Oh, Perovic, another mistake. Kennedy, Buckenara now. Wallace. He's hooked it too far. And it's another behind to the Hawks, who lead by 7 points.
Well, Tim, you made the word before, pressure, and that's what it's all about at the moment. It's pressure, pressure, pressure out there. It's McConville for the Blues to kick the ball back into play at the Fitzpatrick. Should not have dropped that, Mike. Poor play there. Recovered okay to find Bortolotto. He's shoved as he gets his boot into it. Out towards Polkinghorne and Harms. Finds Tuck. He'll bring Green into it. Green let the shrug off Harms. He does, throws the ball away, and it's kicked along the field. Onto the half-forward line to Matthews now, with Austin waiting for him to do something, to make a mistake. Good play, Lee. Loveridge and Buckenara and Goad. Goad lines up. The kick is smothered brilliantly. Marcoux picks up. Chips it out towards Fitzpatrick. Looks for the lead there coming through from Austin. Austin's kicking towards the wing to Malin. Not Malin's Klomp, rather. The slow Payton, but helped out by some shepherding, gets it. Pressure stuff at the moment. It's all Hawthorn. Russo on towards Mew. Mew's kicking to centre half forward. Kennedy's there. Defensive Carlton standing up pretty strong as the ball hits the turf. A chance for the small players. And it's all come to a halt.
Jones off the ground and Clark is on for Carlton. Third quarter, 11 minutes in. Carlton 35, Hawthorn 42. The Hawks deep into attack on their half-forward line. The ball going deep into attack. And that'll be a free kick for that tackle against Peter McConville. Lee Matthews. 35 metres out directly in front. And Curly Austin's done a fantastic job on Matthews today. He hasn't scored. Well, just as I say that, Matthews has had 9 kicks. Pick number 10. Hawks lead by 7 points. Now it's 8. A comedy of kicking errors in this match.
Perovic drops it short to Dull. Oh, is there a call of play on? What's going on? Buckenara and Dull are right into it.
Together they make 1,111.
Got to be a 15-metre penalty. I'm not quite sure what possessed Gary Buckenara to do that. He gets about 50 metres. Oh. Unusual. Dull up to the wing. Marquezani and Robertson. And a throw in now. Carlton's attacking side of centre wing. And the Blues need a lift. They trail by 8 points, and that's a significant margin in a low-scoring game.
The Blues have kicked 2 straight goals in this third quarter. The Hawthorn have kicked 2 goals, 4 in fact. So they've outscored the Blues. Fitzpatrick's tangling there. Still gets a tap away as he tangled with Payton. And Payton pulled him down, actually. So Fitzpatrick takes a free on the centre wing. Gets a lead at centre half forwards. Where's Mazzusto? Ditchburn really all at sea at the moment. That was Moore's boot to slot it along the ground. Ayres sets after it. Here's Hunter leading. Great play, Hunter. Ayres waiting for him. Kennedy as well for Hawthorn. Bortolotto goes down. Kennedy looking for the free. And detention football there as a baller.
Third quarter, 13 minutes in. Hawthorn 43, Carlton 35. Bortolotto, I thought unopposed for a moment. The reason why he was unopposed, because the whistle blew and a free kick to Tuck. Michael Tuck on the half-back line, searching for somebody to kick it to. Now Mew gives him something to kick to, almost. Fitzpatrick the fist across the pack. Russo, Glascott, and the ball out of bounds. Carlton led by 6 points at quarter time, Hawthorn by 4 at half, and the Hawks lead by 8 points now. Austin, Marcoux, he's kicked 3. He's played all over the ground today. Sloppy old pass into half forward for Mazzusto. In fact, the beat about 4 of them. Ditchburn tidies up. It's curving back. It's a goal. A goal to Carlton. That's their 5th. And they trail by 2 points.
14.5 minutes gone, third term. Back to a 1-kick margin, but the Hawks into attack through Green. Matthews and Austin. McConville, 2 grabber. Could have been paid. Hunter over the top to Marcoux. Telegraphed though, but he's good enough to get out of trouble. Goes out wide to Sheldon, who's got a paddock to move in now. Bad kick. His disposal has been terrible today. Austin leads in the race. Moore's there to assist. Breaks the Marcazzani tackle. Kicks it into orbit. Mew. Well done, Russell Green. Payton. Another interception. English. Well tackled by Wallace. Push in the back is the ruling. English a bit lucky to get the free. Terry Wallace curses his bad luck.
He's on the centre field. The centre half forward. Well, all of a sudden, Ditchburn's come to life, kicked a great goal, and he gets a loose man standing in the goal square on the half volley to Ashman. Whoops, Robertson got him. Ashman threads the handball through. Clark, oh, they're great. They're in front now, and it's David Clark on the field for the Blues. His first kick, and he's put them in front.
In a tight third term, the Blues lead by 4 points, almost 17 minutes into this quarter. Fitzpatrick unopposed. Worth almost to kick up towards half forward. Attempted knock on by Clark. It goes to English. English on the attacking side of the centre. Kelvin Moore underneath it and takes the mark just wide of Ditchburn. Hawthorn 5-13. Trail Carlton 6-11. Moore. Out towards Byrne. He's been pretty quiet today, the big fellow. Oh, who's third in line? English. On to Glasgow. Oh, he fumbled badly. Russo comes in. Tidying up. Oh, he overran it too, English. Russo. More positive play there. Loveridge. Down towards Kennedy. Bumping duel between Kennedy and Hunter. Sheldon running the wrong way, though. He needs support. He's running out of ground. On to Hunter, who made position well for the hand pass. Klomp. Mew in the back. No. Russo. Fitzpatrick. Out wide to Glasgow, gets a call from English. English kicking towards half forward, and the mark is taken by Marcazzani. It's being paid. It may not have been paid in the first half of the VFL season. The Blues lead by 4 points. Marcazzani could kick it. He's 55 metres out. He has kicked it. No, he hasn't. Must have just shaved the post and missed by a whisker. The Carlton player again applauding the ball through. 48 Carlton, 43 Hawthorn.
18 minutes gone. Not a well-placed kick by O'Halloran. Favours Klomp. Couldn't grab the mark. Eade bursts into the open. Gives it to Wallace. Oh, and Eade and Glasgow having a go behind play. Goad's got it, though, down the ground. And Rodney Eade's been chatted by umpire Cameron. I think a number may have been taken. 15-metre penalty against McConville. Wallace makes position for the hand pass. Shocker of a hand pass, though. Bortolotto kicks it out on the full. What bad luck. Free kick to Tuck, half forward flank.
Tuck, one of the reasons why Hawthorn are back in it in this third quarter on the ball and forward line. But this fellow's playing a sensational game. It's Austin. Great mark over the pack. Finds his captain, the kick behind the game. Perovic races past Fitzpatrick and puts in a 60-metre boot to the half-forward line. Ditchburn couldn't get there. Another chance for David Clark and his second kick. 2 goals from 2 kicks. What a spare parts man this fellow's turned out to be.
Third quarter, 19 and a half minutes gone. Blues 54, Hawthorn 43. Austin, Marcoux there for the crumbs, but not required. Austin kicks the ball. It was touched off the boot. Taken away by Eade, up towards half forward. Loveridge there. Bortolotto there too. Tuck feeding off the pack. He's been fairly quiet today. Gave away a free kick, and English, who's really lifted, has got the free kick on the half-back line. A free hand pass, in fact, onto Marcoux. Runs away from Loveridge, which is no mean effort. Spears the ball down towards half-forward. Ayres is there. Taken away by Mew. Russo, nearly. Controlled the ball fairly well. Russo again. Matthews. Legged by Austin. And Matthews will get the free kick.
Backward of centre wing. Hawks need the steadier now. English. What a fine player. Fitzpatrick, he'll be under the hammer, but he's good enough. Well done, the big man. Up towards Clark again. And Ditchburn late on the scene. No rovers there for the Blues. Robertson with plenty of options out wide. Goes towards Polkinghorn. Call inside from Eade. In comes McConville. Well played though, Eade. Great stuff, Rodney Eade. Now he's got 10 metres up his sleeve. Brilliant dash towards Buckenara. and Dool. Buckenara played for the free kick and Dool was just too good. Perovic. Bad kick, still a chance for Carlton. Bezusto, well tackled. Strong play, Loveridge, gutsy stuff. Ball up. Oh, some tremendous courage being shown out there. Not too many players lacking it today.
Well, the game's certainly come alive in this third quarter. It's been a 7-goal quarter in the 21 minutes, and the Blues are in front. They're leading it well. Green takes it away from that handball. Up towards Buckenara and also Payton. Perovic's down. Dool tackles Buckenara in possession. Twice in a row, Dool's beaten Buckenara. His great experience is telling it's a winning factor for the Blues.
Third term, 22 minutes gone. Hawthorn 43, trailing Carlton 54. Out towards Russo, grabbed by Bezusto. Oh. A bit unlucky, Bezusto, not to get the free kick. He's had an extremely quiet day, Peter Bezusto. Only 2 kicks. We're almost up to three-quarter time. Bezusto the tap on. Goad in front. Glasgow trying to tackle. Goad gets his kick. It's in. Matthews runs off his knee over the line for a boundary throw-in. 22.5 minutes, third quarter. Carlton 7-12, Hawthorn 5-13.
Byrne from behind gets a big fist to it and gains about 15 metres. And they all count. Only 12 goals kicked in the match. 7 of them have come in this third quarter. Hawks deep in attack. Payton favoured by that throw-in. Aerial ping-pong. Green, but straight to Ashman. Just got his kick in time. One out here, Harms and Ablett. Ablett wins. Harms taking him the wrong way. Great effort, Wayne Harms. Gets the free kick. Magnificent performance. That's the type of football that can win you a final. Refused to give up. Bangs it forward. Ditchburn in front. Eade, the hand pass was clever play to Polkinghorn. On to Wallace, who's starting to pick up kicks. To Tuck was a good pass.
Tuck on the half-forward line. Gets a call here from Byrne. Michael Byrne showing a lot of pace. He's a long left footer too, but goes for the handball quickly to Green. Was it Loveridge? Oh, they've bucked it up here. A chance for Payton out. Oh, wild and hairy and woolly out on the full under pressure, Ian Payton.
You certainly would not want a Payton on that kick, Ian Payton. Oh, Austin got high. Russo, play on. It was off the body of another player. Ball still in play. English. Loveridge, grab. No free kick. Oh, he did not have the ball. Umpire Cameron calling for a bounce. 24 minutes, third quarter. A big crowd, ideal conditions at VFL Park, and a tight game. Payton. Grab. Austin grabbed by Matthews. Perovic. Austin skims the ball over for a try. Carlton 54, Hawthorn 43. Almost into time on in this third term. A more enterprising quarter scoring-wise by both teams. Byrne comes to it again, controls it reasonably well until he runs into Austin. Tuck, grabbed, and another ball up about 25 metres away from Hawthorn's goal.
Seconds away from entering the time-on period, and the Hawks desperate for a goal or two. Might get it from Loveridge. Good try. It's a behind. And the margin is 10 points. 54 plays 44. Perovic to put it back in.
Just hit the extra time period in this third term, and the Hawks with the ball still in their forward line, but Carlton have had a grand 5-goal 1 to 3-goal 4 quarter, so the Blues are taking the honours in this term, and that's Ashman's long kick towards the centre. Shadow starting to creep across the field now as halfback Mew finds Russo, who's taken Glasgow right out of the field. Glasgow's had 2 kicks. Up to the half-forward line. Ashman and English to help him. Ashman to play on. Keeps the ball. English dashes in. Clears it on the half-back line. A neat left footer down towards Klomp. Knocked away from him by Mew. Was good football.
The Blues, who trailed by 4 points at half-time, lead by 10 now. Glasgow over the top. Eade Hand pass to Russo if he eventually gets it, although Ayres is there. Clark down towards Ditchburn. Kelvin Moore with his eyes on the ball, punches the ball away at the last moment, and the ball out of bounds. Carlton's left forward pocket. Into time on in the third quarter by 1 minute and 15 seconds. A great scoring chance for the Blues. Marquezani got his boot to it, and it bounces just before the line. Another throw in. Carlton 7-12, Hawthorn 5-14 in this low-scoring VFL preliminary final.
26.5 minutes, third term. Tuck did it well for the Hawks. Out to half-back. Fitzpatrick and Byrne. Fitzpatrick could have marked it. Byrne jumped into his back. Carlton want to play on. The advantage rule would have been very handy, but the free kick had been paid much earlier. And umpire Nash was quite right. Fitzpatrick on the half-forward line. I'd say too far out to score, but he'll sink everything he's got into this. His 11th kick. Fading away. Behind. The Blues by 11 points. They all count in this match. It might be won by one of those behinds. One of those many. 26 of them. 27 been kicked.
Well, Blues, known for their third quarter efforts against Hawthorn in recent games. They're in front of them now by 11 points, but I don't think it's enough. The Hawks have got plenty of fight. They can come back. That's Michael Tuck, tackled there by Curly Austin, who's played a splendid game against Hawthorn's champion and star Lee Matthews. Has not really had a great effect on the game. There they are together at the back of that circle. Fitzpatrick's been too good in the ruck, showing a lot of experience here. He's beaten Payton. He's too good for Byrne, and the free kick going to Terry Wallace.
Wallace at half-back. Kick number 5 came on just before half-time. Up towards Kennedy. He's outnumbered, and the mark taken by McConville. It's been paid. Peter McConville, far side wing. Into time on in this quarter by 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Ayres underneath it. Pizzusto got up. It's beaten a few of them. Robertson straight to Ditchburn. Screws it back, and he's kicked it. Ditchburn's second goal. It's a favourable bounce, but goes straight to Fitzpatrick. Up towards Marcoux and takes a strong mark in front of Ayres at centre half forward. Alex Marcoux. He's played extremely well. He's kicked 3 goals. A nice kick. Up towards Clark and Ditchburn. Ditchburn's third in line. Ditchburn nicely across to Pizzusto. This will seal it almost. He's kicked it. Great goal. Pizzusto only 3 kicks in the game. Goal number 1.
Minute gone, final term. The Blues by 23 points. Fitzpatrick, fine play. There's Pizzusto again. All Carlton. Harms could just about kick it. Looks for Ditchburn. He's interfered with by Moore. No free kick. Oh. I don't think he slipped over.
Carlton back in the forward line. 67-44. The Blues in front and looking good. Malin can't hack his way out of the pack. He's caught red hot with the football. And another baller. Great third quarter by the Blues. 6 goals 2 to Hawthorn's 2 goals 5.
Clark goes up, thumps the ball down towards Parkin, it ends up back with him again. Buckenara runs out of ground. No, the ball in, but he was out. Out to Wallace. Ashman the fumbles. Malin needs his footing here. They get a free kick for a headbutt against Wallace. Glascott calling for it. In fact, he's appealing for it at centre half forward. He's going deep to Ditchburn. Clark is down there, probably Carlton's only bet off his fingers. He gave away a free kick, and Pottenhorn will get that kick in the full-back position. 2 minutes of play in the final term. Carlton 67, Hawthorn 44.
15 metres. Third kick only to Polkinghorn. Centre of so much controversy after the qualifying final. Big leap by Payton. Duel. Well played. He's gained 30 metres. And he's found the safety of the line. Half-forward line for Carlton. They look good, leading by 23 points.
Fitzpatrick and Payton. And Payton knocks away from Fitzpatrick. Malin's lifted his game. Ball up again. Carlton's half-forward flank. Nice Fitzpatrick. Good play, Payton. And again from Payton. And the handball looking for a leader. Dool did the best, the only thing then, and taps it out of play.
Final term, 3.5 minutes in. The Blues lead by 23 points. Payton and Fitzpatrick. Payton, oh, a nice one. Dool can't control it for the moment. Might have been grabbed. He was by Green, and Dool's free kick. Kick number 10. The umpiring's been pretty good today. Pizzusto, he's come alive in this final term. Ditchburn leads into the pocket. Clark down there for the crumbs if required. Ditchburn nearly pulled in a great mark. Clark wrong-footed himself. Marquezani underneath it. Punches the ball away. It goes out towards Tuck. Tuck in towards centre-half, back to Wallace, and finds him in that position.
Glasgow tops 15 metres, but that's been the pattern of the day. Team's quite prepared to cop the 15. There's another 15 because Pizzusto came in from the side, and that was foolish. So, in view of the fact that umpire Nash has made both 15s closer to 30, the Hawks have gained about 50 metres. And Wallace will put them deep into attack for the first time in this quarter, which is 4.5 minutes old. Up towards Byrne, who's hardly touched the footy today. Now he's got a chance. Gee, they didn't go near him. And Carlton defenders lucky that he didn't kick what would have been an all-too-easy goal. But it's another behind to the Hawks. And they're 22 points down.
Almost 5 minutes in the final term. English puts the ball back into play. Malin gets the run of it. Mewtwo helped out by Klomp now. Oh, he backed into it. The tackle. Malin, clever handball to the top to Bortolotto. A fickle bounce robbed him of possession. Then he's tackled. Klomp tries to crash his way through. Wallace tackled him strongly. Hawks into attack up to Payton and Fitzpatrick, but Fitzpatrick playing it in front. Looks for the free.
Ball up by umpire Cameron. The Blues lead by 22 points. Payton gets it down. Bortolotto. Back to actually having a bit of fight with Dool for possession. English out of the pack. Tuck. Klump grabs him. On to Mew. Up towards Matthews, but he's been unsighted almost today. McConville, the safety of the boundary line. Byrne and Perovic. And it's out of bounds. Right forward pocket. The Hawks into attack. 6 minutes in the final term in this knockout preliminary final for the right to play the Tigers next week, and it's Carlton by 22 points.
Perovic and Byrne. Well-directed knock by Perovic. Marcoux. Oh, he was held. Must get the free kick. Played it beautifully. The little hand pass out in front. And he has been a fine player for Carlton. To English, another good one. Glasgow versus Wallace. Glasgow cops it. Another nasty knock. He copped one early in the match, which I think has affected his game. He passes beautifully to Malin, and away go the Blues again. Storming down the ground, Phil Malin. Wallace is injured and can't chase. Klomp put under the hospital ball and gets a free kick, though, for a push in the back. Well, Carlton lucky because it was a bad hand pass from Malin. Perhaps a bad call from Klomp. He's at centre-half forward. Ditchburn. Roving the pack, Ayres. All Hawthorn. Eade stabs the short one, not so well. The Buchanara does well. Good tackle. Good tackle. And a throw-in. Marcoux was the tackler, perhaps unlucky not to get a free.
The board in the background tells a story. The Blues by 22 points. The Hawks will have to get a wriggle on. Tuck on the ball now. Malin, really good player in this final term. Boots the ball into the pocket. It's a high sky ball. Ditchburn's getting up but can't hang on to them. Ashman gets through somehow. Sees it to Marquezani, a left footer. But you can tell by the look on his face it wasn't true. And it's a behind.
Marquezani's third behind. Ditchburn right up on the mark. He's given away 15 metres. Glasgow too far for him. Or Robertson, just a gentle tap on when something more positive is required. Goad on to Russo. Up towards half forward. Ball close to the boundary line. Payton. He'll need support. No, he's going for a scruffy old kick in towards centre half forward. It could have gone anywhere. Bortolotto pushed. No kick. Surrounded by Hawthorn players, as you can see, and does well to retain possession.
Yes, well, Parkin has said that he likes his determination. He showed it then. Fitzpatrick and Payton. It's against Fitzy, I'd say. Leaning into Payton's back. Good decision. Almost 9 minutes gone. Hawthorn have not kicked a goal since the 6-minute mark of the third quarter. Goad in all sorts of trouble. So's Buckenara. Fierce play by Carlton. Tremendous tackle. Gould to Hunter. Eads there. Oh, great mark, Hunter. Desperate lunge by Eade, but Hunter equal to the challenge. Call from Bazusto on the half-forward line. Good pass. Great play. Ashman calls for it 30 metres down ground. It's a great pass. He's got it. Oh, and he's paid for it. 15-metre penalty will bring him to within 15 metres of goal. And this is the one that could wrap up the preliminary final for Carlton. Ashman, normally deadly. 15th kick is there. And at the 9.5-minute mark of the last quarter, Carlton lead by 29 points.
Rod Ashman's first goal has given the Carlton side a 29-point lead, which is almost insurmountable now, and possibly the best piece of play, positive piece of play in the match to date. And the Hawks have gone to pieces in this final term. Their backmen have lost a bit of control. They're giving away foolish free kicks. They're not chasing and tackling as well as they should do. And Carlton are making capital out of it. Big ruckman from Carlton. Malin gets it through, squeezes the handball. It's English, gets the ball in good position. Oops, overrun by Ditchburn, but picked up by Ayres. The Hawks are really having to pull something out of the box now, as Goad, who was a good player with those 2 quick goals in the third term, but taking and wasting time. Russo, half-forward line. The long kick down to Byrne, who can't get into the match today. This time almost a mark, but Dool is always there. Byrne gets the free kick. And that's going to turn things about a bit, because surely he couldn't miss from this angle. They desperately need it. 29 points down. And the Hawks supporters and players are just waiting on Michael Byrne to steer this one through. Whew, just made it. That's his first goal. And Hawthorn's first goal for the term.
Final term, the Blues lead by 23 points. It's 12 minutes in. A perfect bounce by umpire Cameron. Not a decisive knock. A free kick picked. No, it's going to be ball up. Umpire Nash. Carlton 10-14. Hawthorn 6-15. Fitzpatrick taken by Mew. Dool in front. Matthews unsided. It'll be luck if he gets it. Hunter onto English. Across to half-back line. Ashman, Carlton's only bet. Klopp uses his body, but a good mark taken in defence by Loveridge. No, in fact, it's Ayres. Ayres at centre half-back and gets a bit of a fly with a 15-metre penalty.
Up to half-forward. Austin in front, spills it for once. Threads it through to Malin. Was good play. Not too many chases out there, and away goes Austin. Up towards Klomp. Glasgow. Back to Klomp. To Ditchburn. Great pass.
Well, Tim, you were right. The Hawks in the last 5 minutes have stopped to a walk.
Ditchburn, 35 metres out, directly in front. He's kicked 2. His 8th kick. Is home. And again, the Blues lead by 29 points at the 13.5-minute mark of the final term. Ditchburn's third goal. And Carlton kicked 11 goals to 5 in the second half after that very low-scoring first half. Hawthorn led by 4 points at half-time, but I think most observers felt that they were in a strong position at the change. Carlton had a couple of players who had received heavy knocks and looked as if they were coming off second best physically. But it was the Blues who came on strong, 11 goals to 5, as I said, to win by 31 points, and they're there again for the third time in 4 years. 3 goals each to Marcoux and Ditchburn, 2 each to Ashman, Clark and Bazasto. For Hawthorn, 2 each to Kennedy and Goad. And Rod Austin won the Carlton Club trophy for a grand performance on Lee Matthews. He shut the Hawthorn champion right out. Only 61,307 at VFL Park, a very poor preliminary final crowd. So the Blues are now in with a chance of becoming only the second club in over 20 years to win consecutive premierships. In 1969 and 73, Carlton had similar opportunities, but on both occasions, Richmond proved the stumbling block. Next Saturday, the Tigers will endeavour to bring the Blues down at the last hurdle again. For David Parkin, it's a chance for a third premiership in 6 years coaching in the VFL. After Carlton beat Hawthorn in the qualifying final, Parkin admitted that perhaps he'd over-revved his players for the occasion. And while he might have tried to not repeat that situation, he said after the game that his players were very edgy and that nerves probably caused the low-standard first half. He spoke to Ian Cleland.
Yeah, I think we were particularly edgy. I haven't seen our players as zipped up as that for a long, long time. And I think, Hawthorn were probably feeling the same thing. And because, 5 or 6 of theirs have been given specific tasks on our player, and 5 or 6 of ours, so there's 10, there's 20, there's half the players on the ground who are either being responsible for somebody or trying to get away from someone, you could expect that kind of eruption, I suppose.
So you had 2 goals to both sides by half-time, and yet in the third quarter you kicked 6 goals. What was the change about? Or what caused it?
I think that's likely to happen too. I think you can hang on for so long, but in the finish, if someone's going to win the game, you've got to let the strings on, let them loose and attack and forget the other players. And I think we all, even the changing of players and placing them in positions where they were going to be offensive or attacking rather than just negating someone, because, that way all day, nobody was going to really win the game. Someone was going to lose it. So I think both clubs really took initiative, and that's where probably we play our best football that way, when we, forget about our opponents and attack the ball and use the skills that we've got.
Well, you've got 7 days, less about a half a day. What's going to happen between now and next Saturday at 2:30?
Well, I think probably people witnessed a bit of a football miracle here in one sense. I think when the sides lined up and they saw what we didn't have and what Hawthorn had on the ground, that they probably didn't give us much of a chance. And we'll be 1,000% against to beat Richmond next week, but that in itself won't harm us. The game's got to be played, and we'll have to come up, like we did today. We had to come up with something different today, and obviously we're going to have to come up with something different again for next week if we can hope to roll Richmond. They've certainly sat back and had a look at us again today, and they're probably quite happy the fact that Carlton are there and not Hawthorn. Hawthorn always do well against Richmond, so we've got the job in front of us, but it's a fantastic challenge, just like the one we had today, and our players have shown in those circumstances they've been able to do the job week in and week out, so we'll look forward to that.
The scene was obviously very different in the losers' rooms. Hawthorn coach Alan Jeans knows the highs and lows of coaching. In 1966, he enjoyed possibly the ultimate football coaching experience, taking St Kilda to its only premiership to this day. He also experienced disappointment, losing grand finals in 65 and 71 and just failing to get there on other occasions. But familiarity with the feeling of defeat doesn't appease it, as I found out when I spoke to Jeans after the game.
Oh, well, it's not very pleasant, I can assure you, but I think you've got to just look back over the year and say what happened, and I think whilst we had a few players down today, and players are bitterly disappointed at the moment with their performance because they believe they could have won it, but I suppose you've got to look back over the year. Nobody gave us a chance, and we ended up playing in the final game. It was 1 game away from the grand final, and anything can happen in a grand final, so looking back, I think they've done quite well, but it was just a bit disappointing today.
Carlton have beaten you 3 out of 4 times and they've all been convincing. Do you think perhaps they have your measure in some way?
Oh, they're a very skillful side. I think they'd have a bit more skill than we have, a bit more depth than we have. We have deficiencies. David, it's difficult to coach against a person who knows your side so well. I'm not prepared to stay here and point out our deficiencies, but David knows all our deficiencies, and it's one thing to know the deficiencies of the opposing side. It's another thing if you've got the talent to exploit them, and David's in a very fortunate position when he plays against Hawthorn.
Just one final one, getting back to what you said earlier about Hawthorn doing so much better than expected this year. You think the future is reasonably rosy?
Oh, Oh, yes, I think so. When I first took over Hawthorn, it was a bit of a dilemma whether I should take them, because they had achieved a lot. Most of their great players had achieved a lot, and they'd been 2 years out of the finals, and whether you can put the brakes on and reverse the trend and go back the other way, it sort of was a doubt in the back of your mind. That was the thing that sort of worried me, but I believe that they got the foundations of a great club at Hawthorn, and that was the thing that favoured going there. And whilst a few of our players are getting in the twilight part of their career, we have some fine young boys coming through. Young Loveridge, young Brereton will be a great player regardless of his performance today, and young Langford and these players coming on. Young Mew, Ayres, they're only babies, and the development, has been magnificent over the last 2 years I've been there.
A bit slow. Bortolotto, who's done well in the early stages. Good play. Marcoux, lovely sidestep, lines them up and puts it through.
Lost possession, Glascott. Oh, fierce tackle by O'Halloran. Arms from Bazasto in the pocket, fires. Another goal to the Blues.
Glascott dances around the pack. Handball back to English is good play. Quickly to Sheldon. They're fiddling the Blues, but the long kick comes into effect now to Fitzpatrick. Got it.
And the Hawks look a bit better. Up towards Brereton. McConville close to him. But the youngster's got plenty of skill. Centres it well for Kennedy. Good mark.
The Blues lead by 2 goals. They're 2-6 to Hawthorn 6 behinds. Jones showing intelligence in the ruck play. Good scouting by Buckenara. Look at that gem of a pass. Oh, beautiful to Kennedy. This must be it. Great stuff.
He's off and away onto Mew. Mew, a long kick from centre-half back. Up towards Matthews at half-forward. Uses his body, but so does Austin.
He is one of the Hawthorn's best players, playing everywhere. Look at that great pass to Russo. Oh, he couldn't take it on the volley. Glascott gets it. Glascott hasn't done enough. A great steal there from Russo, following play. He lodges the ball down towards Matthews and Austin. Look at this for Duel. Oh, it's twice in a row that Austin's beaten Matthews and lift the Blues. Goes for a short one to tuck. Or was it Robertson with Duel? Picked up by Loveridge. Kick is smothered. Good play here by Kennedy, who's been a great player for him. Backs himself, goes for a run around the boundary line, sights it, and dobs it. Good play, Kennedy.
Lumping towards Fitzpatrick at centre-half forward. Arched his body beautifully, but equal to the task was Kelvin Moore.
The Hawks with a chance now. It's that was Loveridge. Pull around the neck, but he got delivered to Eads. Eads kick. Perovic dropped the setter. Pulled around the neck. Got to take the free kick, and he won't mind that at all. And Matthews is not very happy about Bortolotto, and he's going to let him know what it's all about too. I don't know what Bortolotto did or said.
And they're making it look easy now. It's remarkable how easy it is when you've got the game won. Bazasto hit him in the head and bounced straight to Clark. Bazasto running with the flight of it. Oh, that was a courageous mark. Oh, reckless courage by Bazasto. Marquezani used the body. Open goal for Ashman if he can grab it. He's done it. Now to our mark, goal and play of the preliminary final. The close checking that is typical of finals football meant that not too many spectacular marks were taken. And just when we were despairing of anything resembling a mark of the day being taken, Carlton's Peter McConville bobbed up with a specky in the third quarter. He didn't hold it for long, just long enough to get the umpire's whistle, and that was good enough for us. Mark of the day, Peter McConville.
Wallace at half-back. Kick number 5 came on just before half-time. Up towards Kennedy, he's outnumbered, and the mark taken by McConville. It's been paid. Peter McConville, far side wing.
Play of the day also came late in the game. Carlton's Peter Bazasto, back after missing the second semi-final through suspension, had a typical Bazasto day. For 3 quarters he was virtually unsighted, but in the last quarter when needed he was mercurial. He kicked 2 goals for the quarter and set up another with as courageous a piece of play as you could possibly see. The incident occurred only a minute before the final siren, so Bazasto's courage wasn't really necessary, but it showed the discipline of a top player in a top team. Play of the day, Peter Bazasto. And they're making it look easy now. It's remarkable how easy it is when you've got the game won. Bazasto hit him in the head and bounced straight to Clark. Bazasto running with the flight of it.
Oh, that was a courageous mark. Oh, reckless courage by Bazasto. Marquezani used the body. Open goal for Ashman if he can grab it. He's done it.
That was the last goal of the preliminary final. Next week, the stage set for a classic confrontation. Those great rivals of the last 15 years. They've won 5 premierships between them, Richmond and Carlton. They'll line up at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Carlton gunning for their 14th premiership, which would make them the most successful team in history in terms of premierships won, surpassing Collingwood's 13, and Richmond after their 11th. So what a game it's going to be. Worth travelling many, many kilometres to see. Well, finally, goal of the day and Hawthorn's sole success of the day. As the teams accumulated 5 goals, 20 behinds between them in the first half, there were some incredibly bad misses around goal. After Hawthorn had wasted a string of opportunities in the second quarter, suddenly John Kennedy emerged with a goal from a much harder shot than most of those which had produced behinds. But that's the Hawks' solitary win on preliminary final day, a day that belonged to Carlton. And in our closer this week, the joy of victory and another tilt at the VFL flag.
Kennedy's free kick, forward to the centre line, and he'll put the Hawks deep into attack.
Goes for a short one to tuck. Or was it Robertson with Dool? Picked up by Loveridge. Kick is smothered. Good play here by Kennedy, who's been a great player for him. Backs himself, goes for a run around the boundary line, sights it, and dobs it. Good play, Kennedy. New star.